it's a problem. But at this stage, be a brand to be better no kasa. I was like, hey, na Kena and that day or didn't hold do sa stage. Because I didn't least expect the same Ken will be a 1 year party where Juma were dear Chile or didn't see car now who day the way I believe in the NPP. That's how I mean the American say on Shana Kuma. Akumane de Maza, Obamonu, you need to be able to train yourself. I mean, Obi Anywhere is done the best out of anger. You can never do the best out of anger. And Ken should know that he belongs to a political party with other individuals. It cannot be said everybody is wrong all the time and only you are right.
We didn't do anything. Read my lips. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I was the chairman for Defense and Interior. When we decided to go and inspect Afari, they stopped us. We didn't go. So I heard somebody talking 15 months. Has Afari Hospital been there for 15 months? We were there for 8 years. You didn't do it. Don't blink your eye. See, we are not doing politics. I'm speaking the truth. This is Ghana. Stop that. We will criticize NDC, we will criticize NPP. That's the only way to go. I was chairman. NDC started this. Why didn't you complete it? You were there for 8 years, you didn't complete it. When somebody comes for 15 months, then you have a problem. Please, give me a break.
State drip machines, you woman, as former local government minister, are you sad?
I'm disturbed. Not just that, I'm disturbed. It is bad for this country. It is something people must answer questions about it tomorrow. I am Benja Padiem. So Benja Padiem, my name Roti Esaya. You have to answer. Assemblies that are passing resolutions to go and rent it out. It's against the operational guidelines I set here. There is a regime governing this whole drip arrangement. Ochinabi, that for me is the situation. Eti bibia basa. Would you ever would have thought say universities you bet tutu adaya kepium.
No, what's the office?
Collegon, the amount of supporter emranti edibo sefidi abanyechi. Yeah, sebi yi adesua kese a na wo mabuna omuko teacher training and I say nursing training. I introduce allowance. A kwambisu no mudani soliti hoping for a better time than it was under Kufado. And they have never ceased cursing this government day after day. It for me, niema biya dao. Kakra kaye nyira yeni. Na me kaname jahwan koko kweni. In fact, omumpo their testimonies are worse. Sabi, ujina simpiuso. The ono tria oka be 31 million. Uriao or konfu. Esen koma be 60. Tise meme ba says can me de be ma. We direct in yes say yibunkunta bi na suggest direct.
Abushia wadaroma mamenchi ya na memo akwa abamfa umbra Adjei report so mesre se obelike video ina wa share na ado adwenkyere so aba titiru efa ensensema hodo ya efa Kennedy ya compre ko Japan ya say de NPP amonyokuo mu mpanimfo wonu mu a na wonum agini die agini ne so ade hunu die nyina no kam ya say wonum abamu krampo eyabu ne senti enei honorable Martin Adjei mensa Korsah ono na yemra shebedwani e de ma de hye omo wotachi man south abato ompehua so wono kure ya na NPP mekire na nadanko akufo ado abamu na woye deputy minister or minister for local government na ene onya kwan e ba betena afidie kese so ensem ahodo papa ye hwegu honom na kire se ampa wonim de pa e wo amanyosemu na ebre ya honorable Martin Adjei mensa Korsah wakasa no kire mu se Kennedy ya compre ko Japan oye amanyoni bia obia wadi amonyosem achi bia no eyade se obedo papa ipre kope fise na hofama ne yeye ene kwan ofaso a obo amonyokuo no de obia ene gye ne hopa na nso adubra esese empanifo chinetena se na wo mo kasa kire no se na koma ha no papa ya no ena ede na duru ba bia waduru ya se animonyam a Kennedy kuta no kam ya se abɔ no kora amene kwada nyina nya baabia ne yetena ne yede ensa etene so ne ye kyerete ya adwen kyere no nenso so no na koma ena ama no abasa ɛno nso so da nkyɛn a drip machine mekyerɛ machines a NPP aban na Dankwa Akufo-Addo no Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia wɔn kra baayɛ over 2000 a wɔn ɛde bɛkyɛ Ghana District Assembly sɛ ɛnyɛ dwumadie biara ne hia sɛ aban de ma contract ɛne ɛmo a munya diesel kakra gu mu a na mo de aboa sɛ de bɛyɛ mo fikyire ne mo mfuom kwan ne ade na ɛto betwa no ɛnɛ baby as a drip machines na ka koduro ene niema ye de ye ni nyina ne sa ban bi na de ba ye nti no ya hwɛ niema ne ye yi a animonyam no bɛkɔ ne ho nti ene ye momma ye nye ne basabasa kora na anya din papa bi mpo amfa ma ban dada no ne no so Martin Adjei Korsah onya daje kyire mu papa baby a drip machine ono ankasa di nani ekoko hunu bie eno da nkyɛn so NDC aban ba ye eniema hodo bi ode gu akwama emboa ma Ghana yesa ede yani akyere yachi a sese de oyi nipa na ye famu no mepese obegibre na watie opani woni nsɛm a wode atudwa fa niema hodo ekoso wo man Ghana mu ha wadaroma bomadian sɛ obelike video ya mame menkasa enhye na no ne mumɔ no ne nsɛm o nya adaje na okyekire mu yenko na yenko tie bi emfamra
we are former local government minister the equity city authorities no ɛna enyo madwuma yi ana sɛ de ade
Minya, a number of reasons I made the suborn bebo buying. But the bebo buying in the sense that seven sure to ye dear, and yet seven a day for fro. A idea of my your form with brain brown. Now, a son said, was a ye did or how a name kind. So, how no or how, or pet a no solution. That is how we are now, no more do no yarsa. And cried through flooding. We share na ye name bi na etusni. The abandada we twem no. We should assemble on a platform. Enimdifo a omuwo flood control hu nimde. People from academia everywhere. And ye trance. Ti si nkonwa na eto ato adwen say dey pa na ye mfa saa hawi emfa so. And omudi solution buy. Solution na buy no. Now say abai to na won kopi sika. No be adwuma. Minyam you sure say what project be a friend of Garrett.
yes
Garrett. Now say Garrett project na all the 17 metropolitan assemblies say what be a friend of Odo River Basin. Odo River Basin no fa
practically
me ahodo a chese 17 no since you free Madina say free Ebrio say free hen eba ebiwie odo na kobopo no nti yekope bosia about $350 million say yenye various storm drains ye can storm drainer community so wo hwe bia wo kan nan boma nso hwem bia pagya e wo say etimi fa amana kese a wo no wa na enyiri mfa so Korsah so nti enamu a ekɔ no na ekɔ epum ɛna ye obibi efre no water holding ponds. Water holding ponds no since you to a na se de nam gota no kɔ no dɔɔso a wo hyɛ da ma bi gyina baabi nti de wo gata no na ekɔ ponu mu etwe kɔ no na wo no so ekɔ menua me no kasa yi Ghana buying wo over $200 million United States dollars abandada ni jama aban otisu anke yes a Garrett project we Garrett project no so wo kɔ wager uba Accra Academy so wo kɔ Achimota uba Paloma heavy areas ameka se hawa ese ya hye di ase anka ye na ba wiye na tia no na ni nyina agina atofo se be no se aban bia dwumadi na ekoso nimsa to so
but mu jesi kama
about 200 million. In fact, the investment was about 350 in the first tranche of 150 in the second tranche 200. It goes to see America.
But what was the state of the project? NPP
now at different levels. Within the 17 areas now.
Okay.
Metropolis within Accra. It's now different areas. Now Obakobi Abaye site A, maybe 80%. Site B, be 50. I have here 30%. Different stages. But you be who say the pace of work is slow, but because they shall say it's me committee, my name is chairman. Here for works and housing minister. So you perceive no mudi nko. I didn't see ka da ho. Ya to project today. Na ni nyina astole enko. na muntumi emadwuma no nkoso and I minister nka so World Bank for no number be meeting some World Bank for no ekoji sky enti me ranking me as ranking chairman of the committee works and housing minister and the deputy na World Bank group and all the technical people of most project you got to say works and housing ministry mwaya the man say the adwuma de no nkoso some of the sites we call we for Adjei
and any excuse NDC abayin de
omukra tuo ne sekan na wokwa no mba osunti omuntimi nkomani na me ka se me meti dem a me ka se se ma no ne kopa wa we a mo be frɛ asojafo mo de fene sei please go a ba be tam yakɔ etimu nya sabe bambofo nkonkopam sa afo infrio yebetu ho na mo ene ene me no ka se we journalist kono bi so mo se garage no nanka chishemo no I was say ye 18 water holding ponds e wakra various areas adan na to force nse wate so abamienu ye 18 major water holding ponds it shouldn't mean because ye twetwa hu se should free ha na eba enti edu ha ye was assistant ha do na ekota so ti de wa mranum na e kon se ntwe ya we ma eboa ma flooding reduce papa and me no ka say finance minister say ko twam na mutie ya meye 2 pe we ye 2 na scan ya ka de bere and nsuo yiri enti eno ye number 1 how no de wo I was see ano and ya kope solution ya pe husika but say one nyansi ano a how would the problem go enti emfa ho ne nsuo to bi ko hwade agum emfa so bi asi bibi wo waterway eno ye another side of it but the actual solution so it is solve no make us say atiada say wohwe sa project na nka bia odo the mainstream e called amount for 2 baller plastic nemagum into wo hyehyɛ technology bia menua ade bia ɛso a really wo gata no mu ebetimi akɔ block no afidie bi twetwam
okay
you so what you say fan say
plastic kesie
bia ebetwetwam ayam say entimi nkɔ a e block na motimi ayi afiri enti nyese nka wo ye gata keke ye wada technology a wo in bible a etimi manage sa nneɛma solid waste etwetwam na a reduce no in size na etimi akɔ masa we nyina wo ho it is a mekase nipa fia o ye nipa edoso no bi okosi da wo ba bia eno wo ho but the actual solution overall and the aban kopɛ ya besi na ye ntimi ento aso nya because aban asesa ye koya the ho di mpa no kwa ho na ebebɔ no ye nkɔbɔ aban oteso ye bɛbɔ aban wotwam enti ne na ye nkɔye we are not on cha ye were other projects secondary city support program 35 municipalities you say bibi the smart cities o pese o transform communities enti eno so World Bank for ya na ye kɔgye o musika eno kwa nkro 35 no ya transforming nyama chese ehu nanka yentimi ngige to nye in real time we dey be within 6 months one year na aye ene aban so wotwam de bibi ba fe no soko no so okosima ba bia ohia wo pa nema bi ni say school nine clinic bridges akwanema bi a eho na yenya no World Bank farm usika in real time wo kwa construct sade no in months and then all those interventions in your mind so ojai enti yenti nema kobone say ye tutu ye nema yi a bigidi say with this intervention and ye ma state officers are almost so more the mandate to ensure say more enforce nema enye so kwa assemblies are of course omo challenges ho assembly be mo be permit or the permit man no obeji se bi okwa kusi dantia obekọ no wosi abronsan permit no so ka so wosi abronsan bi obetwa mo na process of perform no so e be rigorous it oba wo se o mekwa kusi dantia obekọ no wosi bi abronsan 2 3 4 story say department no omo ye in charge of monitoring so omo kwa obehu se permit the man no na o ya na nya no ye we omo nko reset no enka those areas so when tumi anko ni locality anko hwe se or enforce permit or diama people do anything anyhow obeto abeji permit so mekwa kusi na no site A wobɛkɔ no bi ɔsi side B wabrɛ nsuo yɛ dɛn ɛnam nti constant monitoring na bɛkyerɛ obi tim ba so ɔsi dan na wakɔ akɔfa mason act as ne foreman mason na ɛyɛ biribiara from beginning to end enti ɔmixe mortar koraa the actual ratio no onim but when you are there official dom so monitoring wɔ hɔ a ɛno ɛbɛboa ɛnnɛ na metie radio so aberanteɛ bi a ɔse oku nantwie 32 ɛma yɛwura Mahama di akonnwa wiem so wate saa asɛm na
mahwɛ ne social media so.
right na ɔkasa no na mfrɛ MC no ɛyɛ Lankwantanan MC na ɔmo kasa na aberanteɛ yi sɛ mo party oku nantwie sei na ma mudi kudim na ada na mabɛbu no dagu the MC ne bɛka ne sɛ ɛne ɛmfa yɛ ho na me koraa yɛbubu dan no call bi free Jubilee House by sɛ ɛni si yɛbubu na ɔka wie no hu sɛ waha no ho sɛ ɔde yɛ ɔde top eti the point I'm trying to make is that yɛwɔ political interference so kuroma obiara nim obi woyɛ sɛ wokɔ so a but ne nyina mu no sɛ mmara ne yɛ adwuma I don't think sɛ ɛsɛ yɛ problem
right and then bɛba a yɛbɛpɛ sika for a project national project a ɛnim sɛ saa nsuhiri ɛyɛ annual ritual sɛ afi biara no ɛsi and ɛsi biara so a de atoro nkyɛm ne bɛba na sika da hɔ na ban bi bɛdecide NDC aban da John Dramani Mahama bɛdecide sɛ yɛntoa saa project wei so amanfoɔ ngu nsuo nhiri amanfoɔ dan why
menua wonim sɛ aban wei sɛ be mpɛn bebree no nneɛma no yɛ tumi nyɛ mmara ɔmo ka tumi so sɛ nyɛ saa ɛnɛ radio station bi yɛsɛ yɛwɔ wager regional chairman ɛne na MC abaru akɔtoto radio station no sɛ what ya
yes
I mean ɔmo ka tumi ɔmo camera
Obatampa radio
mo sɛ ɔno makwan na woyɛ project na onya dimpa bi anyɛ den emfrim adeɛ bi a NPP dom nsa hyɛ aseɛ biara yɛnyae ma ɛnka hɔ na nka ɛnyɛ wɔn sɛ akufo adokɔfa the revolutionary approach in healthcare say yensi about 111 hospitals for me na me hu no say it's an attempt to do away with your problems within the health sector in terms of infrastructure for almost the next 20 years because sana Ghana yeti your most referral centers Kolebu Konfanochi and so on uba omo over subscription say aban kase may duplicate 110 or 111 it means or reduce pressures from districts about one center and or create jobs and can name health minister me kan say you introduce quota system ma omo munya kwanya kusua
no
yenti so wana ne bantra fi wo 2024 wo dina kono petumi no ka be kasa asem but omo hu say nyansa no lies in completing hospitals na papa ne hyase no na yenya access to real infrastructure na yensanya jobs for people because we see one complete district hospital where nipa na be form ho but it's say politics yenye mo bi nya ni monyamti na yenye kra sa ya re no aka almost every sector of the economy NPP aban ebe share dwumadi papa bi ase say oye enti it's everywhere enya dia enwanwa they will not do it two anumdwana na dos now the reality is caught up with them they can't even mobilize the money to do most of those things. It is a car uja ya odi bibi no. And the third one is misplaced priorities. Meaning we are there now. Your main trunk road from Kumasi to Accra, the highway. Na shed muja if she go so accident ahodo because of the bad nature. Na abambi asha sie to na mon wa boka. Wa ya maka less than a quarter na we say media men to aso be fa sika hye fofrase dwuma de na wa hye as one time kra ma kwan ti say next year we pay ya hye campaign ase mo aso krampo de mo de ma hye ase dada ene afiwe nko na we ye NDC ahenche no o kra za Mahama because ene obo mo predoso ena obi aye nanakwa oye ne de ope enti there is even not going to be any time for you to finish our expressway okay but I tell you say ye jada da na aka kakram ye wi no na diskapudo sa ko wi because obi benya bi edi two or the sakakwa na se wan wi a on the nya ne fere okọ ne baby it is so be we project a watch us in there and about any day. It's a how we are a banana creature man and I affect ye on my move phone. But the biggest solution would be say ubenya the BBC and so person one of share nadia say don't know me or ye no debating that by way.
Right, quickly 1 year local government minister penti am starting with this enkomono krunkuma mamu menimsa NPP aban etia konwa so the drip machines by say menim but I motive penti a wo de buy drip machines na ye adwuma bono mamu e bi koho na koho ye adwuma mantam no
bono ma ekọ Ghana nyina say ukọ ye road sector na ukọ bisa sika aban spende at the year road reshaping of roads ye de caterpillar no dwi kwan no so keke na ye ja e ka ye twa nyagro me no kase afiwe aban spend about 1.6 billion cedis 1.6 billion cedis awodo feeder roads contracts intinka brante yote ni ama okrata say kona kodwi kwan we oko high bi no kodua no kone baby say ofa drip machine now the year adwuma na nkombe ma brante contract na drip machine what to fuel be about 10,000 but under the contract no ubenya be 1.2 million cedis. It's in a given district enka utua operator ka uto fuel agum na why dey so nyina no be at 20,000 maximum. In fact you dey drip buy no as minister may oversee a common fund at the support capital comma obia so financial say see Ghana be here just a little over 400 million nanka dey fully drip equipment no nationwide. And so ene yenya
for period ben
for about 6 months, the first 6 months.
Little over 400 million.
A little over 400 million nationwide. Nanka yedi a fully the entire drip. It is a whole stretch. It could be a 1 whole year. We have about 800 million. I don't know. A juma for 10,000. You for a train your mom juma to be chubusika wom. Ube to diesel. Ube maintain equipment. Ube bibia. And there ya fa 1.6 billion. It is almost yes reshaping 2 times in a year. 1.6 times 2. Meanwhile, you so drip now. You are talking about 800 million. Now, so drip no ye mansini bi adwuma. Ye de grader no koi. Ye de sika kan ho a ukwa akotu anwea. Eti pillow da kan ho. Ye de ariabo. De di roller no e kan ho. Ye de tipper track e kan ho. And ye de water tanker e kan ho. And ye de even concrete mixer. So person use small drains are a complete set of construction equipment for each district. Sikata ho. Inti adwuma bia ni ho a obema contractor na counting for drip enye. The idea was one, to reduce the cost of awarding feeder road contracts to Amanfo. And number 2, to make sure say answer na central government beko akwa kase okoye quota okrubi so no. Na kwan ye mo trouble la se be o metimi akwa aba. Because you nkro nkumemu kwa bi o ha se be yare for the nisi so the require so bia obewu ansa na waduro.
Yes.
That was going to be a thing of the past. Never again. DRIP will maintain all community roads. Kopim say central government so nyang wode contract kra enye bad. These 2 most important things and then they defeated. Okwa DRIP say nyo obi na de kwa kodwa ne mpena bi afom kwan a obi de koma high. Na say kwa de me feature nkranza. Assembly no pass resolution say omo the DRIP equipment eba be man high. Yes. Emma me kasa radio so say. Eye ye nyina ye dia. Wa wo be hu se wo mantamu omudia ma obia no take action. Munko citizens and francosi. That is what a particular assembly did. And a common site, drip machines enam galamsey site. Now I make answer me nyawa. For almost about 4 months ago, na me file a question of parliament. Say me pese me hu the state of drip no. Because one, in fuele enye adwuma na egu hɔ but aban enye sika ma contract anka drape obeye the drape adwuma obeye no 20,000 sama Canada no ebi ye no be 1.2 million 1.5 million question e die was 2 months afei minister no buy ya obeyi ma no minister obedi ma de me madam Mohammed for the first time na mo say drape enche local government as ebiem
NDC aban pa e no we drape na free.
I'm telling you
Akwasha hen
where your parliamentary hands are kwa ewom menim say me ba baby say come dey buy minister no sorry you know, for the first time in my life I had the shock of my life said drape ye free ministry without national mention nobody knows it's your ban no oh drape no say me say the road ministry I say na say road management fund for na to fall the boom and I'm say how luckily na road minister net in chain and I'm say okay by way of comment obepese obe comment on my question na nka we yi anu de ntia aba be na say na de na ekoso no say there be just me the fresh question aba to me find a fresh question directed now at road minister me I know see the be 2-3 weeks question e by ya question me matra me see em fan come road minister no by magic na question na copy works and housing minister na works and housing there of
rules yeah
enti me wa o me da ba say me question na say na one free works and housing minister to one me so na me say me withdraw question no me misakra konya ho na say eko is meant for roads and I insist to say o me the minister na manaba onua after 1 week na common fund administrator Yera Yamson eba parliament say oba be what we call the formula for DACF afibia ye formula on megina so no machiska no na o mehwe se o modi bibi be shame for drip na me say na dia every local government by extension DACF enimose na call road sector by so twema road management fund and a pesca to fuel
can't issue assembly common fund
then I feel aba be pay back to DACF and to this naturally I say Bobby your boko ha na baha but the whole idea was not to answer my question.
So as of now, we won't answer question.
There's been nothing. In fact, I never got the opportunity.
But one send Rezi bio.
Well, Masa, maybe say a question on Women's Development Bank. The bomb on some money. 14th July 2025. And run a minya Akwanya. Akwanya no krana me here finance minister. Obaye no na ye the deputy. The vakache me so question no ya tro na mo ya ene makakra. But next month, Minister no be mid-year budget. Into Obama updates on our Women Development Bank. Mentimi am tanko so me say me follow up question because o say me nyame na mbeka me boss never. Me boss so be next month. Mas obede na was na.
David. Akwa nchen ni bra.
Eti some kind of Adjei Korsah question kra e be ma pio no ene ye yia no. Na se wo obi timi file question. Me kan say Akufo Addo aban wo. Who the minister, you find a question as a 2 months come by close him. And they are lazy, they don't come to parliament and they don't do this. And then 1 year, they say me filing on the 14th of July 2025. And Minister Nama, Minister Kwa, Minister Baha. It's drip situation and yet drip I did Ghana Sika $178 million. It's being left to rot. In fact, the various agreement for servicing it in Niho. And now drip omudinam individual private shops. I want to mean guarantee efficiency. Drip is supposed to be under warranty. Warranty don't say ubetim de koma ubia kekam na service. Oh yes, you break the warranty. Now the servicing regime I do to not the supplier no. I was say or maintain be no mobile maintenance vans. Inti region bia video de buy no wo mobile servicing vans wa utua say bunu easter ubekọ district bia na wakọ service on schedule empa ho tam nya so ya na wakọ service na wakọ utuka na bibia gum tools na bibia ene collapsed umutua no makọ akọpe wayside mechanic no service. How can you do that when the equipment are under warranty? I can say with all certainty, say, and the warranty is broken, and it is not being made to function, and then it's either packed. It be not look. Because Kwame down so same area 3 months ago, Onuame ba obi fie nim. Choba bi won chen. Eti waduro dada de enye na ho. Mehwe na grade ba akosi ho. Na wadu dada the time na tu.
Ana mo de ato so.
Koba na de afide na si waduro so. Koba nshase. I'm telling you, maybe the parliament in the budget statement, when we read me commenting, me can say this is the state of drip. If I no can inform me a ma me rezi here. What am I here? About one say, about kind 2 budgets. All of them drip was conspicuously missing. No mention of drip. 2 successive budgets. Not a line mention of drip. Drip does not exist in their program. And you're more time. They don't want to see it. It's been left to its fate. It's being left to rot. It's being used for all kinds of unauthorized activities. And it finds its way in all kinds of areas. It's not saying galam say for koche equipment be na drip backhoe account. It's a very sad state. Most MPs say who are they kakra now why they were fully Uba me constituency ya. Nyame ado me wo payloader. Na me wo grader.
Wa personally no at
MPS. Me wa me dey makwan. Now, na saying na pressure buy obia person obey no kwan. Ti me try letter the mama assembly no. Say me de me fidie na ye adwuma. Me nam krobi e frɛ no anankanzo. Then mum other communities and say say ekoyo mo dey na and them release the drip no. So they did well. I mean, they responded and said, why not? To me, the mommy. And I'm not me but me and me fuel because the assembly didn't have money to fuel it. It's individual MPs, obey me no one there, no to fund with their gum next to the edge. But that's not how drip is supposed to function.
State drip machines, you woman, as former local government minister, are you sad?
I'm disturbed, not just that, disturbed. It is bad for this country. It is something people must answer questions about it tomorrow. I have Benja Padie. So Benja Padie, my name Roti Esaya. You have to answer. Assemblies that are passing resolutions to go and rent it out. It's against the operational guidelines I set here. There is a regime governing this whole drip arrangement. Ochinabi Nipa bebu ha kontan. A lot of people are using drip for Nema Bebre and we are keeping records. Tomorrow, people will sing to the tune. People are actually removing parts on machines, removing machines to do all kinds of things. They say, Ochinabi, Abaya, or you're concerned about drip, will ask questions about it.
One year disappointed in Ahmed Ibrahim, local government minister, knowing very well, baby, a free banda.
Well,
Juma Sampa, Juma or Techima.
I'm disappointed in him because honestly, a year for what they are called road ministry.
But a man to me and Chireni Dientia.
There be.
And I know so I'm permisa.
And I know the 2 minutes if I quite. Sir, when Chantro on in Parliament is a house of records. Ultimately, John can say they're moving the Coabra Entisa. So he said it. I mean, it's on the handfacts in the records. So he can't be lying. But the question is, what the call road crank can find? For me, in the here, say put it to the use that you need. Unfortunately, I have watched it. Share it to come and maybe in your man yet. Yakofa equipment about 10,000 jobs at a go.
Drip machines can be created
10,000 jobs.
Wow.
10,000 youth, Ghanaian youth, were actually recruited, trained, and handed over the equipment to in each district. 10,000 jobs were initially, youth were initially recruited for that. It in Ghana, unemployment is so high and some way. Can you provide 10,000 age? Unfortunately, this is where we are. When you are to discuss drip, it's a very sad story. And it shows how reckless and unconcerned we can be as a country. And we are mindless, okay, in such an important state initiative. There is no government in history that taught this full complement of equipment. I remember in the NDC, somewhere in 2009 thereabouts, or is it 10, they procured some number of equipment, just about 48 from Europe. Where there you taught a collection of 2,000 142 equipment. Now see the story about it. Omuba ye oral, hey, gigi, ye framam for ye investigation. But investigation now say, let's make sure it's put to good use. They only call people for come and answer questions about drip. But as to making sure
people, invite you.
Oh, me no mo kodin komo, no person mu hunde akoso. Me me come them say na hwan ye koto no, na me say nyam to ye. Drip ye to no. Ombe say Ministry of Local Government for koto drip machine. Na me say what kind contract no. Mo local government oh. Office of the President any DACF no koto. Eti dey na my friend ha. Oh, na unya information, na me say na information na o ni information ka frame me. I'm sorry, come baby. But I thought, say, that amount of interest in that woman, okay, I should ensure that it should be put to good use today.
Yeah.
And I could be beyond what you
right. Maybe Trafin was joining you now. Honorable Martin Adjei Mensah Korsah, MP for Techiman South, ranking member, Works and Housing, former Minister for Local Government. Ona yeneno a dim common ha asasipa 107.3, assassin 88.5. Ewu kumasi assassin 103 Cape Coast, Mining City Radio 89.5 for Takwan Suayim. Afirma Radio 103.3 Kufudia Strong, 101.5 Achimda, Community 103.3 Achimda, Yankee FM was Sampa Bawa Radio UK. Ehonyina oti enka quickly ma yending komo. Still, I won't crassy amamu idea be here ye pa. Local government minister Buafu. Sir NDC are buying MMDCs, you know, or more than be more number. But why a local government minister paying? A then a bema ye MMDCs, you know, etimia ye juma.
MMDCs.
I made him send the Buafu. Because maybe more number, maybe nyadi.
Unya, NPP time. Yeah, they're high attitude. They say, "Nay, war, yeah, governance problems with resourcing assemblies adequately." The reason being that I have Timipana very tricky.
Yeah,
and yes, I could for buying one must can assemblies and yes, sanity. But Sikano. Now, a two-pronged approach. Dudona na ya centralizing the procurement of many things at the top. Na ako ye ministry yen spendi sika.
Maybe to brebu kakrama me now.
The mechanism unza na NDC for buy.
I'm some kukurus ka kese pa na mo so still adwan koso.
Adwan koso. But the difference between Omoni and Akufo-Addo there is two reasons. A lot of investment at the Akufo-Addo. No more channel through special development initiatives. You'll be a friend IPEP. Near war $1 million one constituency. There were a number of projects. In fact, Oba Ministry of Trade, no more district-led projects. Oba Ministry of Agric, no more. In this kind of assembly, no. NPP there, you different institutions, about 7. Now, Obia ye jumadi wo mensini ho. It is a sense that the boom near Pam 6 and some of your uncle, Yama DAC assembly no. Yeah, Yanisa, assembly ni yebi. And now Ubenya IPEP. Ubenya $1 million, $1 million, one constituency. Ubenya Ministry of Agric, Ubenya Ministry of Trade. Ubia ye bibi ho. It will be a very local economic development. Into the national actors no. Ya resource ma Ubia Ministry, ko bibi kakra ho. We do mo nyanisa. It's not much letter the moment MMDCs. In Yuma, a course under IPEP. IPEP and NPP for school dying clinics near day. More heritage in Sikana de Abraham or Mamma for said also. You'll be a legacy debt.
Yes.
More fan will be in the Inchia, Sadino Mujay. This is a letter that went. Do Munchia. It's the difference in is a no decentralizing through many institutions. Almost no matter any one, but yet a Jumano cost. Part of your problem is that you over centralize procurement elsewhere. I do be a master na bufu. Never be pa be what district. Once you see a ton of Canada. But all that said, no. Say, upa said this year for year Juma. Maybe be did Dambucha there. Dambucha introduced at a very fantastic. A year platform there. You did track performance in each district. Until every chief executive, every quarter, every 3 months, I say what
project no ma wa ye nyina
with the bow.
Yeah.
The woman minister no nye lazy now bring kwadia. You can monitor every district. Jumedia ekoso. And I say more feedback from Niema a critical or district wa here national attention. It is a buying person coordinating Niema, ultim the minister for finance, Charlie Pesca, Kotechimai. Yes, we more dream be a house yanko ya a dying a bugu. I say how we were. Until from that tracking platform, a very national dashboard, ultimately the ubia a this is for the ujana now to be out in crying. And as a man, no one on the weekend, you are no bunicum. So, fool,
Yes.
I'll copy a biaco, Okojinani, and it just what you say. And it just what you say. You be a young cavra. So, one morning, I'm coming. Umene matroka. Teacher says we do sikabo some. Who cry. Yet the idea we need to make regrets for some of the extreme mistakes that we did. Because how would you want to centralize your spending, your expenditure at the center when the local is there? Under the next NPP government, under Baumia, we will not just say, but yet the cogent arrangement you can practically test and see say what set of priorities and what funding to back it. We needs assessment survey. So district to be paid marketer, unkunkusi library, and then you see 24-hour market. Baby, a market one near could near sense market. They build markets within markets. Maybe constituency BSc. Nano there is a school now BSc wa. Me I mean your local government is a said that way. Ya tise musi be near 24-hour market. Ye mu. President Mahama so koka say ye mu. E debate now me no near could dwini nyina egu fom. Ye dwini nyina egu fom. And I'm told that is the only school in that locality. You be see 24-hour market. And it's going on almost places.
What's it Techman? Yeah, boom market.
Techman market, one station. Yeah, was Sika, me say warehouses are buying through support from donor partners.
Yes.
You be see giant warehouses. And to Komusis at 24-hour market. Near recent Techman and Sasudoso. Umbeko a new location. Nanka, work of pay a nice one building area, no one building from the scratch. What do you say there be? You two the phone from near Sino.
Right. Now we MP ma this year what Techman South. And the entire made Techman market example ne say upe marketer achepa o my Ghana mu a wo ba ku mienu miensa Techman dwa beba de so Techman dwa beba de nipa kom Techman dwa beba Techman hia new marketer na
that be Techman dey you see Nana Beledjo market Akufo dey see ma me ka se me cho obeka yiro Mahama kodoma eko ball ayi edwa nti doma hene na trankonwa and I know catch him say about 24-hour market. Because what to response and another man or your mama. Or say, Mr. President, yeah, there was a pa so what dream market dear, why share you need fasuha, a bin away. You're a kufado, and a simai. Then mum, I answer biane how. Senka utimi the Sika Bear markety, every year and then one my uncle boy. The man said it out of a reason. Meaning, the same thing. The chima your priority pan and yet one station there baby ya tile ya total everything payment blocks.
Yeah.
And you're virtually new. You were old market and make us say free Sunyai station now the coach. But where there baby ni patia a walk come ya two pavement ye did you walk giant warehouses. And how the moon design market in say a bet include warehouse. We go when you see market over here storage. Where the more warehouses ni na go from ese makuma ko be 6. Ni na ko from. Ye can be kan ni na nipantie. Eti menua I think say to get assemblies to work no there. they have to devise a way of monitoring and tracking them. You must task them duties, and then you must make sure that they are answerable to you by way of monitoring. It was very good your time, Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to do most of the emerging issues that came there. But there's a lot to be learnt around local governance, which I think if you want to reform or review, you can apply tomorrow.
Common fan, yeah, district be enya pepe na based on the padodo what district num because ya na bi mo ka say district bi wo ho a wono a wo IG wo timi generate sika the friend no IGF no obi wo ho so de ya bibia ni ne district mu a obenya sika free mu
no credit unze IGF no district bi a wo potential so be generate sika fan say Ayawa so west the most elite municipality virtually in Ghana. Nyuma Kesie airport hwan ni nyina sisi ho. Nti omukolom ko property rate. Obeji achi techimai. Sana techimai asusu kwa akɔgye property rate.
Obeji achi
wanchi. Nti edidibie achi in terms of IGF. Na IGF ni omankasa omusika omu generate through sana manema no omode aiden omode aba. But we yes say yeah so we yes say wo fun in terms of IGF in there new be na that endowed. Most of them are less endowed. When I say less endowed, they don't have the potential to attract a friend is saying much revenue. But so we share apart from common fund na ekono so na on hye bia eno so yete yene Australia and I think Switzerland abai and enya nhye hon kitahudi say omo ne baby e no counterpart funding.
Okay.
Into total common fund no say mbrane say shouldn't be less than 5%. It say yenya be say 1 million na de kwa 1 million de kwa chamu mu nyina. In that sharing no na ya 10%, which is bia 10,000. And I say sorry 100,000. The 100,000 no na de aye counterpart funding against the foreign donors so there e de beba. And on the ye ba be assessment. Ye assessment na mansi na wo bon ho modern. Ye wo various indicators are ye assess more. Into wa wo bon ho modern no. And na di gina so chesa sika no as additional fund e beba. Into nsaka wo common fund no wi a ye wo other interventions e ba e bi ne de making.
Okay.
They know the obo homo there. Your score mo. Wa obenya 1. Wa obewe. Nti de onya high no benya che wa wo we. Na che say and so ma competition ba. Obi a try say obeye bibi na what me attracted that.
PURC for ababonten dia betudwa say effective July 1. Nyame ya duma kan ya bo ne kosoro by 3.49% and so bo kosoro by 0.85%. I concern Mamwedom Kuma.
So the Kikabomo, I don't have my figures here, but I stand to be corrected. In terms of electricity.
We don't know what I remember of a microphone.
In terms of electricity, yeah, to over 36% or so. Ensure overall, bye. Ensure I think it's over 24 or so. I stand to be corrected. I don't have my figures here. What it means is that cost of electricity and water today under Mahama is far more higher and expensive than it was under Kufuor. This is against a period where we are supposed to be resetting. Meanwhile, resetting, I did about Papa Baye, so called. Nina say, my hoto and ne, than sending our befan. Rightly so. Also, Krausi and more some money. It's as old Baye, Yatitin Yamasu. And I make a say, I get the fair war. Makola Maku a friend of Korsah Jaso. We didn't Korsah Jaso.
Debbie.
Oh, Korsah Jaso, they were a mountain cry. They were.
I was a madame.
Well, you don't want them. Nadibu, Adjei, what was the ECG? Accra, ECG. Kimbu.
I've got him.
ECG opposite. Oh, market. If I know Korsah Jaso. kane na nneɛma fu
nyɛ sɛ onim hɔ no abɔti kokore
see kane no na nneɛma bu ɔfo paa nanso so ɛnɛ biribi asesa yɛ anwene ne se
yeah.
enti for me na yɛ Ghana ni no pɛ asetena pa ahotɔ mmerɛ mu mmerɛ ɛnɛ Ghana for ATM yɛse hwɛ wasetena mu di ho adanseɛ hwɛ wasetena mu di ho adanseɛ sɛ ɛnɛ wote yi a wo na wobɛbu ho atɛn sɛ wonti yi a
wow so nim
ɛnɛ deɛ wobɛdi aban yi dwumadi ho adanseɛ kɛse ama wo ɛyɛ NDC ni sɛ wofia NDC ni na wobisa ne sɛ masa nneɛma ɛkɔ sɛ wobɛsɛ kakra ka n'ani yɛ NPP fo de sɛ deɛ daeɛ a na yɛwɔ yɛ nan menua President Mahama yɛsrɛ no ɛwɔ sɛ o show empathy na onya gyidie ne atenka sɛ mmerɛ mu ɔden ɛne ɛnam mu no sɛ na obi fo sɛ kufa da nipa bɔnefoɔ ne tirim ɔden ɛna ɔkɔfa ahokyere bɛtu Ghanafoɔ so a ɛna he is vindicated ɛnyɛ nokorɛ whatever it is no the fact remains sɛ ɛyɛ koraa kɔyɛ worse than the NPP left off ɛnɛ wokɔna ne adwadefoɔ di nkɔm sɛ nana dobre no sɛ bɛ ne yɛtɔ adeɛ koraa kyɛn nɛ kane ne yɛhu sika sɛ ne yɛwɔ ahokyere mu a na ano nyɛ hye sɛ nnɛ sɛ nana bere no yɛ ahokyere a ɛnɛ de yɛwu koraa that for me is the situation eti bibia yɛ basaa would you ever would have thought say universities you bet toto adan akatwam
no post office
Legon the amount of supporter emranti edibo se hwidi aban yachi yeah sebi yi adesua kese a na wo mabuna omuko teacher training anase nursing training I introduce allowance ekwan bi so no mu dan sorry ti ayen hoping for a better time than it was under Akufo-Addo and they have never ceased cursing this government day after day. And for me niema bia ni ada ho kakra ka nyira ye ni na me kana magya hwan koko okuani in fact omumpo there their testimonies are worse sabe ugina simple so the ono twia oka be 31 million owia okromfo esen koma be 60 ti se me ba se scan me de be ma we direct nye say yebunkunta bi na suggest direct now buy ya the 31 okro ma ne sanye den se ma hwan e de abasa 25 I mean what kind of is that but ni nyina mu no ensi a nka nipa bi hu sunsun ya
ɛwɔ NPP ne system
ɛnɛ no sɛ wo ka hu nta me ka che NPP for say de to ye bia ye fast da manyame amane saa bia nka bibia nyeye but your best chances of winning power today is better than it was in 2024 because we have been vindicated by the situations after that and then no say what transna was the happiness of today vindicates the NPP. Emma Sabi, say me could just simply so a campaigner.
Ferry Nimbio.
That be and I'm a story no. It will be better be told by the happiness of today.
Right, you're very part in commerce here, but last one, Sadina Tamaklu. Waba. A man for Abai this Waba.
Yes, Waba.
A man for raising concerns be bree say omo peso omo prison baby e de na koto. I know you are here. Yes, a Ghana fool who say what dance a woman what the ha na.
When you are now Chroma 1 year jailina. Ye nim baby oda. With the abakuse mu why na ye de na court na ya jailino na newspapers reklam for some more report to and as a media omunka so osumasi okofa obi koko and as okwachi obi akoko court ya jailin say am de ko ha it's always public knowledge me no mintimi ntra nka se ye mfa ne nkoto jail ena mintimi so nka se ye de na ko jail. But there is a certain attempt to keep it in secrecy. It's shrouded in secrecy. That smacks of some dishonesty. Okay? If you feel, say, I'm par or the fiasia, it should not be too difficult to know. Look, me say me no what say. At the prison, you go. And can somebody somewhere would even give an indication?
See the mama number one, so
I'm telling you, it does government no good, given the way it's going. Already, Abai Eya gaining notoriety be say, you want to selectively apply justice. O per se, o draw a line be. Now what they attempt efaso. Na lead to attentia. Yet krom ha. Ene ye party mu. Ye woni pa bi o momso me Ghana for. No mu gina emra no na ye twoma so. Na ye jai binum enra for the same offense for which people are being tried today.
Because of NDC for
the same offense. You see, abai dipo techino, and one the people ba. So be a bonia, me kasa me yem faninko. But when you do that situation said by some
selective justice now,
some magic, all of a sudden the prosecutorial authority happened not to be any more interested in Mr. A. But that prosecutorial authority, no, when Jane Juma was sorry in the case of Mr. B. And I think, sir, you get a certain impression. So we share said the name there. It is a very awesome case here. In fact, government it serves its own interest. In any case, Marco Faria appeal, sir, on the 30th of July.
yes.
So what is the problem? And then I'm going to say, some of us are more money in the or man in the Modia. Me look, and then man of my fire, I'm Modia. Many I say, and then Ghana, and your Modia, Kusi. Yenamubio, Yenamukeke. All the structures of state is under them. Don't pay no more. It's yet ye can say a competition some mameno on Kodefia Socra, make a committee, and to me pians, and come me who cry. But ultimately, they are
But a send the wrong signal.
A very bad signal. But we have to live with it. The reality is that we will not have it away, and they will not please us. I don't think that they are ready to please us in any way. It is what pleases them. Charlie, and now, but we have to take it like that.
Right. You very part in common here, meba.
The elephant never forgets. 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 I ask you to be seated, not spectate. Are you ready? I ask you to be seated, not spectate. The elephant never forgets. The elephant never forgets.
Right, Mami Simon Jona Memo Kwabamra Sipa 107.3. Assassin 98.5 for Kumasi, Assassin 100.3 for Cape Coast, Mining City Radio 89.5 for Takwan Suyim, Afirma Radio 103.3, Ewokofodia Strong 101.5 Achimda, Community 103.3 Achimda, Yankee FM, Ewo Sampa Bawa Radio, Ewo UK, Ehunina OT Enka. Honorable Martin Kwekwe James Akosada so Ewo ha.
Your party susumo. And you me crab by me home. NPP, oh boy, the party that never dies.
Open your power.
NPP. Susumo. They say, we NPP near who are the part. You need to live a happy life. Just because you are part of this party. It's not about you. One my home was sorry say. Namisha, why are they?
Yes, yeah, that's it. Quickly, Yendi party in Komo. My name is Ebio Hoebe Trama, but
sir, I don't know true.
Okay. Recently, Canada or Hine Japan Babontin Betu just say,
oh, na cancer.
Namiya Tumua.
Because of a police station election.
Yabeba, police station.
Cancer MPP, sir, I'm cancer.
Yediba. Sir, next year, June, July, or Bekin can some. As some of Beckans to the Obekan say be good party, saying good party. But Utieni some dia and someone bit me ha NPP as a political party. What the party nachi ache and the word dom so a mo show said that on Bebabe to so where Kennedy baby I would drown so what dom. And I'm on to a Kennedy or Japan, who to a party in the metro saying.
Oh, Minya, you see, for me, I don't even know where to start from, but life is about choices. So, Minya, me tihei, insuye sihei, esimenim. Met my catcher branty or TSO. On patch of friendship, mamma, why? Me canis area. Also, think, hey, family. These two, no, Nina and Fabra, but they come differently. I can use coercion to pick it and I make my, an appeal.
Or in a command form.
In a command form. It will be our kind of first one or see first person communicate. I think that I totally disagree with Ken, Ken me, why madam for Ken me kai me Anthony Cabo as a Kesiama, Yane Ken. Now your baby those days your cocody rice and seafood. It's the go me more bedino. And I disagree with Ken at times crano in the past because maybe no be a good dinner time radio so make me tea na me bo fu say nipa no tibi continental radios no cancer obi an visit be a Ken crab branch. But when Ken was called on radio now but no here e was say otimi kaninsem but abufo no di kind no the next thing na the voice na a sound bite and then nipa bi ye dey ebo. But I was angry more than him about the comments na nipa no make here no it na me for say nko betonebo na wa church nsemu ka de wa wie kra na obesa no of no na the atem na ye den
Atwas.
but obi nti wasem for me it's a problem. But at this stage, be a brand to be better no kasa. I was like, hey, na Ken and that day or didn't hold drew stage because I didn't least expect the same Ken will be a 1 year party where Juma were dear chile or didn't sika na who day the way I believe in the NPP. That's how Ken believes in the NPP. I'll least expect saying can nipa be sorry party suma buruka be sorry cancel. In fact, the name committee ni be.
Oh, now what? Elisa Hotel.
Yes, I was there. We don't have to be a book Jai. But because the Madrian must say more year demonstration. And I think whilst we were in, no, and as some of these images came out. Unfortunately, maybe no more anymore. No, maybe PSR or Parliament could be a question to the local government minister. It will be for a back door. But one can never imagine, say, there was ever going to be a timer party for who loved Ken so much would turn up and then party no for papa. Before what party know about Ken. It Ken has to watch something. Me you tell the kasana. Or see me nimochi. So it may even mean be on one kasana. Or two hopeful. And yes, it may be. But say Odasu Oma, Sekei Tiemia, he has to revise his notes. I tell you, the NPP loves him, the NPP likes him as a member. But when never be a say you show tap on Chenia, Ojo, a two-stage yatra, and now you think I say, we are passionately in search of power. Nobody crosses us. If you cross us, we double cross you. Sana NPP before no, it is all called that way now. All of these things will happen. I feel so hurt, say things will degenerate to this level. But he should make an introspection. If he really wants to be in the NPP, this style is a not. The party appears no longer tolerant of this, strategy, this attitude. So he has to look at it. In any case, Adjei and NPP, a secret, Adjei. What is it? The party, all my adult life, I've been in it. We have no secrets. The NPP has no secrets. Adjei, what is it? We have our opponents. Adjei no can fire. Adjei na be worse than the NDC for a catch. I will be him. I think, sir, Ken is a member of our party, so cherished. Because party there, they do on here.
Yes.
But say do by bina say, my party say they have to part ways with you, they cannot continue with you, or they have to take certain steps against you. And in this of given his standing, Obia, what to Franca, Capes Okita, what to
Franca, Diama.
You cannot be referred to a disciplinary committee. And then I felt sad. But petitions now you refer to disciplinary committee. Now can't the account. I was like, Charlie, it's not right. This is somebody who could have easily borne our flag in our name. You can't. Somebody who wanted to hold our spirit, the spirit of our party. You can't get referred to disciplinary committee. That in itself is so demeaning. It may catch a minion. I think that he has to revise notes.
The way I know on will be personal issues, and from what you said, who analyze it, the way you know, and your partner in our phone and say, one individuals we know personal.
I know the meaning to be. I'll be a hypocrite to attempt to answer that. But it's a style Ken has been used to. We did come our knowledge be the chassis. So we share the command and the appeal. Me say me James here, I may go in a certain tone. He may go another one. That Ken seems to have a certain style of approaching issues. In the past, people have just made it slide. It looks like now the party says no.
And when you say party leadership this time around, as almost stampy authority, because Article 3 of the NPP
I think
Constitution,
they have even stood their grounds. So I was sharing the fact that they've referred him. Masa second this post train, and then the first day. When have you ever seen someone referring to committee? Because I was sad. I was like, oh, Charlie, Obianka Opeso Kita ye Franca now being referred to a disciplinary committee. Naturally, name and I think so.
Sanya will cast open a seminal. If we actually near Casa de Be, you know, quite won't quite be.
Not personal politics, the numbers, but this all you say. A best say what DBA. For the party to get to that point, that means they can't take it anymore. He has a day with the disciplinary committee. He may choose to go or not to go. Maybe I can say, Menko.
That's just no one in Wadi.
Ebiso because of Meko. Giving the Okana and we say, maybe Dimo Chibium. Well, it looks like, but why not? Ebiso Bekono Kochenin Semu. I've heard the spokesperson. Oka say, only a Chibium na, all of that. But once the spokesperson also, Ebe Kasaya, try to water down. So that means that he may want to go. If he decides to go, it's an indication that he still wants to be in the party. If he chooses not to go, that means that he's not even interested. There is still a lot going to happen after Sa referral Kosi. Or one, how he defends himself, he defends the statement of making, and he can choose also not to even appear. Or he can choose, that also means that, maybe I'm not still on a party. But the American say, on Shana Akuma de Maza, you need to be able to train yourself. Obi anywhere is done the best out of anger. You can never do the best out of anger. And Ken should know that he belongs to a political party with other individuals. It cannot be that everybody is wrong all the time and only you are right. It means no, there is nobody who can advise Ken. He has to do a self-introspection. And once he does that, I think he will also begin to make amends. But the rest of it, war committee name.
Okay.
You don't want to prejudice it. But if he's listening to me, I think he has to come down.
Is NPP on course to recapture power in 2028? After polling station elections, electoral area elections, now you call constituency, now you call regional, now about national.
I think the party has done well in record time. A party with a devastating defeat, that situation in itself, you don't rise out too quickly. The NPP has recovered very, very fast. To the extent that to me, these levels of elections, now you a flag bearer. You have a clear direction.
And then I'm a NPP team sorry in terms because we be party will lose elections. We are still because I'm going to cry die and lose
NPP a resilient, minimum American resilience with Chimo is a resilient party. Has standing the test of time. And now you cross okay, party ne fapem no ejina yi. That is why we are what we are. No defeat can break this party. From nowhere, party will rise here to fight or compete with Jerry Rawlings. Emrana Edding, you dare not even organize or mobilize. Party with me picking aspirations. And now your original here. Now we moved with what we believed in. And now you timidity on City Rawlings G to me. It's come far. The party has come far. In fact, everything that is a shock politically, NPP are for. In terms of members resigning, members being sacked. Look, I don't want to go through the history. NPP has standing the strongest test of time. For me, the resilience is one. You cry, you mood. And for me, quite refreshing say with that short space of time. Now you all these levels of elections. The NDC must be worried because they may have imagined say giving share 2 year crime after the election of okay your party you're going to crazy. In fact, the arrogant ones, the arrogant ones, they commonly use that phrase. Oh, party in there go. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, it's already. A bit forms a rapture. A bit forms a rapture. Until there, what I was saying is that you keep your focus. Now you can't deny Baumia. Baumia has become unstoppable. Now it's only the Ghanaian. Say NDC will stop Baumia. No. Is a Yeshebre Ghana Fonsa. The a Korsah. Amamu munsem you do baby minya yehube yehi no krowa oka Ghana democracy yakwese idinu mfi watwe enti mrebi bedu ya yemfi watwe du ye no na nipa bi feel say yebra na aso sabi ye ho afono enti oka asem kra na sabi ho yehi nema bebre Ghana fan tiase Emma nema chiai enne bebe ko wie no ansi yen NPP yi ansi Ghana fo yi se wo hwe bebia nema nam oman yi mu a depending on bebia nipa ne gina so ne kasa obetwe so bibia ye kama friendship everything is rosy but if you are a true Ghanaian looking at sana nema si kwa you will know say ankoyi enti no Ghana fo nsan form ntoma mo NPP ano na sabi yesi kwasia na onye den
on 690 ne babwatia on 690
I think say the next we share be gina ya we are the best pair of hands e bet make it on my way you consider say nneɛma tɔkyima ɛwɔ yɛn amamuo ho you consider say nneɛma no bi wɔ hɔ a maybe you could have done it differently. Unfortunately, Fufi and Twata, but thereby there's every indication that Ghana for my year twice. Young Fum Subia Nayano would have done better than where we stopped. Would there mean among we Fufu by a dear pan monumental and yes significant? What is it? You see, the much acclaimed reset, a dear see ya you who be. There's nothing. In fact, you're retrogressing. Because nneɛma na egu akɔma nkebe me yakɔ yanim no ɛne ne nyinaa so wo hwɛ adwumayɛfo asetenam wo hwɛ kokofoɔ so wo hwɛ infrastructure adeɛ bia na nka yakɔ yanim yaba back several steps.
Right. Type and kind of leaders been NPP here summary.
Baumia na waka na say
Baumia de call me back constituency regional national.
Oh, as for I mean you need party people who have a good understanding of idea or mope. You see, your party will be better me cooperate to me. So what hey? Yeah, canena ke election. Ye police station for. You wear the mofant team. And then I'm very assessor. Inti bi hu sa de ne bi ache. Ye tanye. Me constituency me yes ade. Na uyi nipa udi kamane titi e kire no n'adwuma. Ye obeye. So tie ye na se unya de onim ni way dada eboa. Let us say ya foul say we minister. You need time to sit or settle. Obi beka. Obi so wa tanky unya yeah. Ono save you a lot of time and does things faster. I think that you were blessed with various levels of nipa. Omu nim die oma ho fama oma ho keka no the party ni gina yi inti party for no they also don't make a mistake. They have a way of testing and knowing what they want. NPP for delegates yankophobia they are very wise, very sophisticated. They can never get it wrong. Where you think they don't know, they will surprise you. And they've always made the best decisions for this party. And I have a lot of confidence. Say, they give us the right leaders. Now, yet to me, I Dr. Baumia. Because now 2024, you were a very good candidate. Unfortunately, you need a strong party to sell that candidate. And then Yankopo on Chade, you call you could organization now, yeah, no. Yamin Chade. Near 2 hurdles to get a competent leader capable of securing its victory. Now, so to build a strong party to push that competent leader. Yakupo Nchade, am I the first one, which is the competent, credible, winnable candidate? I think that the next state of it is how we get a solid built party. Not yet Miyako. And we'll get there.
Right, honorable better say, but Ghana to you, NPP to you, Techman South for to you finally. Yeah, sorry.
I think sir, NPP Jumano and Abeye all hands on deck. Abeye carrying ourselves together. We can never fail Yahoo. And we'll have no excuse not to win power back for the party in 2028. I keep saying, sir, would you check your honor shot there? Say your chances of winning power today is better than 2024, but it will not come easy. That assertion I'm making, it will not come easy. We have to work for it. We have to make sure we put our best foot forward. We should put our hands together. You bring distractions along the way. You bring nema try to take us off our focus, but let's stay very, very focused. I think that. At the Papa Biano say, oh, prayer, it doesn't come easy. They all bring you and they are there. Let's work hard. Let's do the best we can, and we should rest assured, say, victory awaits us. Baumia, Yakupon Yadoma, will form the next government in 2029 and put this country back on track.
But I believe you also Bono East bono sisa ilusu ye no project bi wɔ ne so be boama yetimi anya sisa.
Of course. I mean, we are going to the election without ceding any grounds to the opponent. NPP, your biggest, contention that we are ceding no grounds to the opponent. There is no seat that is not winnable, especially seats that were won from us. They are ours to go for. It's every seat, we have declared to go for it. And we will not relent on any seat. We have to win back any seat. And now look, just a few, except a few. There is no seat that we haven't won before or they haven't won before. So for me, most seats that they occupy are open. And our good work will show. Messi Minia, and then we'll back Ghana. There's a vast difference between people's expectations and what exists today in terms of homo parliamentarians. And see, we are not ceding any grounds to the opponent. We are going all out to win the election and win majority seats. And we will not be cowed into fear or docility in winning back any seat. Every seat is our election to win, and we'll make sure that we come back home with victory.
Early days, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia for a running mate who accepted that offer.
Now, as someone I go for
oh, I know through.
As someone I go for as someone come here, trouble my mom for such a heavy
but so would you running mate and channel?
Oh no, I don't think chairman, but what I'm saying is when you're careful, putting me on spot like this is better. I've been in the service of this party all my adult life. Any opportunity to serve this party is what we have been in. But I think you have them one. Nah, we need power. I didn't hear why.